starting one of those things, the electric. There's butter on it, the smell. You should go there and just take in what you're experiencing. You're experiencing a class.
I had it forever. When you go get stabbed with a fucking bayonet and die of gangrene, like it was fucking unpleasant.
Everybody weighed 120 pounds because there was no food.
There's no food.
Yeah.
You couldn't drink water because you get the shit. Like, it was bad.
It was bad. There's a reason why most people in history were drunk. Because they had to drink alcohol, because if you drink regular wine, everyone's got plastic in their balls.
Well, that's the other problem I wanted to talk to you about is don't you freak it, because when I first started studying politics, you have to take stats, and they're like, there was a Southern dude teaching me, he's like, you can have a statistic to prove anything. And my thing now is, this is what
Rara, are you looking at this? Rara, look at that.
Everyone has all the stats.
Rara,
and they
look
give stats
at
so
this.
forcefully that you believe them. Like,
oh my god, this is so pretty.
And there's stats about this, and there's stats about that. And all the stats are bad.
Rara.
Yeah.
There's no good stats.
There's no good stats.
Yeah.
Well, there's a good stat in terms of...
Oh my god, it's so pretty right there.
If you look at society in comparison to society of 200 years ago, it's safer.
That's Elon Musk,
Yeah, people
he's like, if you look
are
at
kinder, people are way more... It's way more educated. We understand things more.
Yeah, and like if you look at the sort of coefficient of hundreds of years ago, Elon brought that up, and I remember looking at that going, oh yeah.
To think that they have to be working.
My gosh,
how many of these people are out there that are doing masonry work, really want to be a painter? How many of those people that really wanted to be in a band? How many of those people, there's something probably that most people want to do.
Yeah.
One thing the universal basic income will give people purpose.
Yes.
And that's going to have to be a revamping of the education system.
That's exactly right. It's a revamping of the education system, because you're...
And I remember this revelation. Like, okay,
can you see
now we have
that?
to get the momentum going.
Oh
because
my
once you have
gosh.
a good amount of money where you don't have to worry about money anymore, you don't want to ever get back to that desperation feeling. That's a terrible feeling. And that's the feeling most people who listen to this exist in. Yeah. That feeling of concern about your bills. It's the number one struggle in marriages. It's the number one
struggle for everything.
For everything.
Well, this is why we're getting to bring it up. I had the exact same moment in my life. I never had any money, and then I'll never forget it. I was walking down the Ramblers in Barcelona, because I was living there trying to set up ice paint. And I went in
the factory, and they're like, Johnny's employee of the month. Figure this out quick, because I think it's going to be like the birth of a child. It's going to be like this screaming,
look at this.
painful. It's going to be this thing filled with anxiety, but it is happening whether we like it or not. And
Rara, stop playing on your tablet. Look at
children about the benefits of having a fulfilled life. Find something else. Find purpose. Find a thing.
Go back to what you love.
There's so many. I wish I had 50 lives to live simultaneously.
Me too.
I would have a bunch of different jobs.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
There's so many interesting things in this life.
Well, I think you're 100% right, but I also think, like, especially with kids, now is the time to start saying exactly that.
Yes.
Like, listen.
Yes.
Like, I did what I wanted to do, and the same thing. Everybody told me no.
Rara, look.
Everyone told you no.
Oh my god, this is paradise.
When I heard them saying no, like when you're like, I'm not going to get into fighting. You're not. I'm going to do comedy.
This is so pretty.
Well, now I'm going to get into podcast. What the fuck's a podcast? You're not going to. I can hear them saying no. In my brain.
Howard Stern used to mock.
It's a ladybug, mother.
We can get rid of those with a drug, like maybe it'll improve, but no Alzheimer's drugs really work meaningfully. And more recently, there's just been this understanding of like, okay, metabolic dysfunction is definitely going up. We know metabolic syndrome and diabetes are going up, and the brain uses 20% of the body's energy.
Look at that, rah-rah.
And something that's happening in the body, like diabetes, is also happening in the brain. There's been this interesting, Chris Palmer talks about this in such an amazing way in his book, Brain Energy, but like, we've somehow decided to separate the brain from the body as a metabolism to keep this all working. So we've got this organ that uses 20% of our energy, and we've got 50% of Americans with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, which is fundamentally a metabolic issue. And of course, the brain's basically underpowered. It's not getting the energy it needs. And
for a walk. Cool. Buddy.
Where do you think you're going?
Well, Rara is running too. Are you guys hiding? Oh my goodness. Rara, this is so pretty, Rara. Look at that, Bingo. It's so pretty. Nana. Nana, I see you, Nana. It's so pretty. Huh?
What's wrong with Nanas?
Rico! It's so pretty. Oh, it's so beautiful.
There's more swans.
Huh?
There's a lot of swans.
There's only 2 swans right there. It's so pretty. Kira, stop being lazy. You gotta walk so you will live long. Do you want to die early, Rara? What? Oh, you want me to? Hang on. I'm just gonna take a picture. Hold, guys. Nana, where are you, Nana?
Oh, I'm here. Tell me where, Mom. Okay, tell me after.
Going home now. Yeah, I'm holding you right now. Harry, I'm tired too.
I'm tired.
Well, this is you guys lay it out so well, and I think people are waking up. I really do, and I